Coming to you live from an undisclosed location deep in the heart of Central Texas, you've entered the Bender Bunker, where there's no tabs, no slow motion, no split screens, just you and I trying to learn the B-Bender one video at a time together, and always living by the motto that it is never too late to go on a bender. Showtime. All right, let's get through these transition chords and the riff of doom so we can get to the more fun bending parts in the chorus section. So, coming out of the verse, what's going to happen? Let's get that covered. So you already know, obviously, what we're coming out of. Go back to the A, and then this chord. You're going to take your middle finger and go A string 6, and you're going to go D string on your ring finger on the 7th. That's how you're going to start this adventure on this chord. Fortunately, that lets your index finger fall naturally on the G string on the 5th, and your little finger's falling fairly naturally on the B string on the 7th. So now you've got... So again, I'll try and show it if I can. All right, good news. The next chord is just a standard bar chord with an E minor. So you're barring the 7th fret and just think of it as an A minor chord underneath it. You go down to, you're barring the 5th. Not really sure what the name of this chord is, but I'm going to show it to you. So you've got your finger across the 5th, you're barring it, and you're kind of making a triangle D7 shape across it. So you've got your little finger on the B string 7, so it's 7, 6, 7. And then bar it. And then the exact same chord down where you're barring the 3rd. So again, I'm just going to go over these real quickly for you. Now, where I found a nice place to throw a bender thing is that very last chord. So coming off that E minor and going down. Now the riff. Now real quick, before the Zepp purists leave comments, I know I'm not hitting that riff exactly because to do it exactly the way Paige did, I'd have to take my low E and drop it down to D. But this is really about a bending lesson, so I'm giving you the riff if you don't take your low E down to D. Okay, got that out of the way, let's do the riff. Real easy riff, actually. We're going to start on our low string on the 3rd fret, so open, 3rd, then we go to A string, exact same thing, open, 3rd, D string, open, 3rd, and then we go down D string 2nd, and then finish back on an open A. Perfect. So there we have it. Woo. All right. Those are the transition chords and the riff of doom to get us to the chorus section where we can start the bending fun again. So practice that, get that down, meet me on the other side, and let's get to it. All right, home stretch, it's chorus time after the riff of doom. Okay, so we're coming out of the riff of doom into the chorus. It should sound something along the lines of... Let's learn that real quick so we can add some bender parts in there. So good news, it's that opening, or that open A string kind of droning along, but the whole chorus riff is only working on the D and G strings, and there's only 4 positions we've got to learn on those 2 strings. So it starts off with the A open, it's going to always be open actually on this chorus section, and then we're index fingering an A chord, so the D and G string on the second. All right, the second chorus shape we need to learn is we need to come up here, and we've got our middle finger on the D string on the 5th, and our index finger on the G string on the 4th. All right, the third position is 2 and 4. Next position is 2 and 3. And then back to our original A chord. So those are our 4 chorus shapes. Now the next secret to the chorus is we've got to make those 4 chord shapes in such a manner that it allows our pinky to go to work. And the pinky is doing all of its work on the G string solely during the chorus. So when we start this, we're going to have, that's why we're starting the A with the index finger barred, because that allows the pinky to go to work on the G string. It's always going to be on the G string for this exercise, on the 4th. There, see. To our second shape. Now it's going to work on the 6th. Down, 3rd shape. It's going on the 4th again. 4th shape. Still on the 4th. Back to the A. So to make it sound a little bit more understandable. Okay, so now you know the chorus. Let's get some bending done. Out of those 4 chorus shapes, 2 of them are going to have bender parts, and that's what we're going to go over right now. So we're going to start on the A. This sort of, I'm going to take you through it once, kind of show you where the bender parts are going to go. Okay. Now, we're going to start the chorus the way we always did, with our indexed A. Go to the second shape. So the third shape, we're actually going to start a bend. And we're going to do that by putting our middle finger on the B string 3rd fret. So we're making that chord right there. So again, from the beginning. Again, I've got my middle finger on the B string 3rd fret before I hit the bender. Then we go to our final 4th chorus shape. So now when we go back and start over on the A, we don't want to use the index finger bar. We actually want to use our index and middle finger for those 2, because I need the top 2 strings open this time to get the bender involved. So I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to take you through it one time, all 4 shapes, and when I get back to repeat on the A, I'm going to be playing it a little differently and bringing a bend into it. Okay, so when I'm getting back to that A to start the chorus a second time, I've actually got the bender all the way down so that when I hit the, all the way activated I should say, so when I hit the top 2 strings and bring them back down, that's how I'm getting that sound. Okay, so again, we've got the full circle. We are back to the verse that we started with. It's time to get back in the magic time machine from the 70s and come back to the Bender Bunker in the present time. But man, I enjoyed that lesson. I enjoyed the fact that we employed the bender in such a way that it wasn't such single lines all the time, not so much pedal steel mimicking. It kind of shows that how versatile the B-bender can be when you think about your parts and get in more of an chordal structure, you know, used judiciously. That's right, I said judiciously. The bender can really work in almost any genre if you really think about what you're doing. So, as always, if you enjoy the ride, hit subscribe. And I'm sure Paige would agree that it's never too late to go on a bender. All right, I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed it.